Who do you think will be most likely to get stuck in a negative cycle in a relationship? So, negative cycle is one that spirals, and in terms of intensity of disagreements, it spirals upward. In terms of connectedness, it spirals downward. So, a negative cycle is just a spiral that just continues to build. Things don't get resolved, they just go round and round and round like a merry-go-round. So, who do you think would be? Well, let's see. It's probably not going to be the secure person, because the secure person doesn't have an overwhelming amount of anxiety. And when they do feel a little anxious, they're going to tend to move towards someone to try to talk things through. So it's not going to be the secure person. So let's see, the detached person. Well, they are low on anxiety, and anxiety is a very motivating factor to get us to move. But they're so high on avoidance that they're not going to get engaged in seeking out someone to help them. And this person partnered with one of the other styles may show up in counseling because the partner wants it, but they don't really care about it. So probably we're going to say no for the detached. It really depends on who their partner is. So that leaves us with the focused and the fearful. Does that seem like that could be part of a negative cycle? Well, let's take a look at that. The focused person feels anxiety. Their partner is fearful. The focused person reaches out to the fearful person. The fearful person wants to avoid because they're very high on avoidance. And so they avoid their partner, which goes back and makes the other partner even more anxious because they perceive they're alone in the situation. This is a very common negative cycle. Now, I kind of portrayed this as beginning with the focused person being anxious, but it actually could begin with a fearful person being anxious and avoiding, and their avoidance now hurts the person who is their partner because they need somebody to be there for them. So they trigger each other, and it goes round and round in circles. And this is just one of the negative cycle patterns. It can switch, it can be much more complex than this, but this helps you understand how those personalities, those attachment styles begin to affect one another.